Any faint hope whatsoever for the Democrats to hear from John Bolton? In the end, would it actually make a difference? Or has this whole Senate trial been a lot of sound and fury signifying very little, to paraphrase Shakespeare? Let's come some analysis here. David Frum is standing by, senior editor at The Atlantic. He has written extensively on the Trump presidency, and he's joining us from our studios in Washington. David, always good to have you on the program. Any chance for the Democrats here?
Oh, yes. Look, this deadline is not real. Alan Gottlieb, who was for many years Canada's ambassador to the United States, used to say in Washington, it's not over until it's over, and it's never over. So this is just a phase in a process. The revelations will not stop. The Republicans are going to be in a position where they're going to close down witnesses and try to end the impeachment. But that doesn't put the Trump scandal behind them. This is not going to be like what happened with the vote on Bill Clinton in 1999, where that was the end of the matter. Public opinion is not on the president's side. And the president wins this phase of the fight by making it obvious to everyone he has terrible secrets that he does not want disclosed.
It's interesting, too, when you talk about that, the being the first phase. And, of course, the ultimate game here is the presidential election in 2020 and what the message voters are getting from all of this, David.
On the day that the House impeached Bill Clinton in 1998, he hit his peak approval rating of 73%. And when the Senate ultimately acquitted Bill Clinton in 1999, he was still polling in the middle 60s. Donald Trump is polling in the middle 40s. There are more people who want Donald Trump removed from office than support him for re-election. Now, that's not the two-thirds that you need to do a removal, but it's a warning of danger ahead. And the way the Republicans have done this means that the question about what happened in those rooms remains a mystery. People still will want to know from what John Bolton saw, and they will find out about it one way or other. If not in the Senate trial, then in another way. The problem doesn't go away just because Trump held his Republicans.
If we watch this vote now, it's going to unfold likely in the next hour or two. I'm curious whether we are going to see a vote against witnesses and to acquit the president, and it's all over by the weekend.
The talk is that the acquittal vote will take place early next week. Republicans have a special problem, which is the president gives the State of the Union on Tuesday night. If Donald Trump is not assured that this is over, he will deliver an insane State of the Union. On the other hand, if he is assured that it's over, that Donald Trump will then give a boastful State of the Union that will offend, remember, a plurality of Americans think he's guilty and want him removed. So I wonder if Mitch McConnell isn't doing a little toddler management, which is assuring the president that he's won, so be good, but it's not all over, so don't be boastful.
I'm curious as well, David, to get your read on the fact, and you mentioned it a moment ago, where polls are at. A majority of Americans saying, yes, we'd like to hear from witnesses like John Bolton, and the Republicans deciding, so it seems, not to call those witnesses. Why that strategy? Does that not harm the Republicans in November? Sometimes you just have only bad options. The Republicans face a very tough November. The economy's strong. Anybody else who is president right now would be cruising to easy re-election. But Donald Trump is not only in danger of losing, but he's in danger of taking 3 or 4 Republican senators with him. Arizona is in trouble. Maine is in trouble. Colorado is in trouble. Even Iowa is in trouble. Do the Democrats come out of this, David, looking as if they did their best, they did their constitutional duty, they tried to hold the president to account, and he got off in a trial that was basically gamed, never fair to begin with?
Yes, and they also reassure a large part of their Democratic base. It's important to remember that that big majorities of Black Americans have wanted to see Donald Trump impeached for a long time. If the Democrats had not moved on this issue, as through the spring of 2019 they were not moving, they were in danger of disheartening a lot of their most loyal voters. And one of the things that the Democrats have to do to win in 2020 is energize Black America to come to the polls in record numbers, as it did in 2012, as it did not do in 2016.
And I wonder whether what we're seeing in this trial is now going to be a key component of the Democrats' strategy coming up in November. It's trying to say to the American voters, David, look, this is a president who was guilty. He managed to evade justice thanks to his Republican majority in the Senate. We tried to hold him to account. Now it's up to you to decide.
The Republicans want the November ballot question to be, do you like the economy? And on that question, they will have most Americans behind them. The Democrats want the ballot question to be, do you like the president? And if that's the ballot question, Trump loses. So this impeachment makes it more difficult for the Republicans to change the subject from, do you like the president, to do you like the economy?
David, great to have you with us here in Canada. Thanks again for making some time today.